Hey guys, Buffman Gaming back bringing another video, and today we're going to be taking a quick break from our weapon conversion series, and we're going to go into some content that was dropped here for Season 1, which is coming on Tuesday, December 3rd, so right around the corner here after the Thanksgiving holiday. So what I want to do is get into this new information, mainly covering the new weapons that we have confirmed here today. With this photo you can see on screen regarding all the content coming here in Season 1, starting on December 3rd, and we don't really have an idea as to how long the season itself is going to run. It could go probably a month and a half. But we don't really have an end date, and we don't have a window as far as if all the information's or the passes are going to be released at once with the content, or if it's going to trickle in over the whole course of the season. So first off, let's get right into the good stuff here. Is the two new weapons we have is called the Ram 7 and the Holger 26. So for these two weapons, obviously the Ram 7 is the Tavor Tar-21, so everybody remembers that from Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. And then we also have the Holger 26, which is the HK MG36. So this is the machine gun variant of the G36 or the G36C from Call of Duty 4 or Call of Duty 4 Remastered. And I can't remember if the Tar-21 was in MW3 or not, but again, these two weapons returning, so the Tavor Tar-21 as well as the HK MG36. So what this means is obviously we have some more weapon variations that we can make out of this through the gunsmith. So just a quick outline of these two weapons before we get into the additional information that came with Season 1 here. The Ram 7, basically it's saying this is a fully automatic bullpup assault rifle with integrated Picatinny rails at 3, 6, and 9 o'clock. So you're going to have two rails on both sides of the handguard, as well as the bottom of the handguard as well for your grips. So the Ram 7 Tavor Tar-21 is what that's based off of, as we said. And again, this specific weapon, we're going to have to see what attachments we have and what it comes with as far as what its main ammunition takes. Because the cartridges for the Tavor Tar-21, it goes by 5.56 by 45 NATO, 5.56 by 30, as well as 5.45 by 39, which is that typical Russian AK-74 rounds that we see. So those are the ammos of the Tar-21 takes. We're going to have to see what additional attachments there are, what other variations of the weapon we can make. Typically, this is a bullpup Israeli assault rifle, carbine, DMR, and also an SMG. So we'll have to see what the attachments are and what we can really make out of this. The next one, as I said, is the Holger 26. So this is the HK MG30 or the MG36. So this is based off of essentially the machine gun variant of the G36 or the G36C from COD 4. So with that one obviously developed by H&K, this is the standard machine gun variant. We'll be able to make most likely a carbine as well as an assault rifle and some other variations as well. The interesting thing with the G36 being in the game is that we already have a lot of HK guns, especially the Kilo 141, which is what we talked about in other videos, is based off of the brand new HK rifle design being the HK 433 assault rifle. So that's actually a predecessor that actually supersedes the HK G36. So that's a combination. The Kilo 141 HK 433 is a combination essentially of the G36 as well as the HK 416 or the M416 as we know it here in America. It was adopted by the military. The other aspect of the Kilo 141 is it does take pieces from inspiration from the design of the XM8. So I find it interesting that obviously they're adding the G36 or the MG36 in because it is a COD favorite from the past COD Modern Warfare games. But I think it's interesting. I'm curious to see what we'll be able to make with this with the attachments. Maybe we'll be able to make a 416, maybe we'll be able to make an XM8, or maybe it's just indication that some of those weapons may be coming in the future. So we may get a 416 down the road, we may get an XM8, or at least attachments to completely convert the weapon into a brand new weapon like the 416 or the XM8. So for the G36, obviously we're getting the SAW variant, the squad automatic weapon, or the light machine gun with the MG36. We can obviously make the assault rifle and the carbine variant as well. No real DMR variants for the MG36 or the G36 as we know it. It does take NATO 5.56 by 45 rounds as well. So that really wraps up the weapon conversions. I'm excited to see the conversion that we can make with these two weapons. I'm also curious as to whether or not these are the only weapons for the season, because we know by previous leaks that we've seen around the community that the Vector is one weapon that's still coming down the road. The Crytek 2000, the sniper rifle from MW2, is still on its way, as well as the crossbow. And I think those are the only ones that we've had leaked information for so far. Perhaps the actual AC Honey Badger from COD Ghost as well will be on its way at some point. So those are all the weapons that we know of. So I'm curious whether or not it's just going to be these two for this specific release or for the season, or if they're going to end up adding more down the road. So we're going to have to wait and see as far as weapons go. Hopefully there will be more, since we do know of more incoming. But regardless, even if they were to add additional attachments to these new weapons, the Tar-21 or the MG36, or just additional attachments to other weapons, like if they added 5.56 ammo for the FN Scar, we'd be able to turn it into a Scar Light, things like that. So the good thing about this game is a few attachments here and there, and you have brand new weapons that you can make with a few of those weapons. So that's the great thing about the gunsmith and the weapon conversions in this game. Few attachments, and you have 5 or 6 different weapons just for one weapon. So that's the one thing I love, and I know all you love that content that we've been pushing out. So plenty of more of that to come on Tuesday, December 3rd, when these two weapons are released. So as far as what it's going to take to unlock them, we'll have to wait and see, but I'll definitely grind and get my hands on them as soon as I can, because I'm looking forward to doing those videos for you guys. In other news, if we get back into the actual news for Season 1, the information that was dropped, we have new Spec Ops maps being Bomb Squad, Grounded, Pitch Black, Just Reward, and then some additional Spec Ops maps will be coming throughout the season. Multiplayer modes, we have Reinforced, which this one here is a combination of Dom as well as Search and Destroy. So that should be interesting, a good objective-based game mode. We also have Gunfight OSP, so you remember that from the alpha as well as the beta. You just start with bare bones, just your fists. You got to go around and pick up weapons, so that'll be interesting to play again. We also have Infected, which I've never played this variant in previous COD games, so I'm not too familiar with it, but it does look like a good experience to play with friends, so I'm excited to get in and play that one as well. As far as Gunfight maps, we have new maps here being Cargo, Atrium, and then some additional ones also coming down the road as well that we'll have to wait and see. Ground War maps, there's a new one here called Port. So essentially for this one, you're battling across massive shipping containers, crates, cranes, buildings, and streets. So it's going to be a very diverse urban warfare environment for a Ground War map. And just the image on screen for the Season Pass preview that was released for Port looks a lot like if anybody played Black Ops 4 Blackout, the cargo drop point there. It looks a lot like that. Obviously being there's a shipping containers, different cargo ports there. So I think that looks like a cool map. It sounds like a good map. A lot of different vertical gameplay there, as well as more CQC, CQB urban combat environments as well. So it should be very similar to Divorce District, just I think much more diverse. So you're not going to just have high-rise buildings. You have a mix of just about everything. So that'll be good. As far as new multiplayer maps, additional maps here, so we have 3 returning maps from COD 4. So there's some classic maps being Crash, Vacant, and Shipment. So these are all from COD 4. Obviously, these are slightly reworked, it sounds like, but from the description on the Activision blog, it sounds like they are keeping a lot of the same fundamental lanes and aspects of the map. So I'm excited to see what those look like. And again, more information on that December 3rd when these drop. Again, these are COD favorites, community favorites from COD 4, so it'll be really cool to play those again, especially with this new engine, the new game, see how they change, especially from COD Remastered, which, you know, the same system, just to see what that new engine looks like on these maps and what the reimaging looks like. So definitely excited for that. The other information we have is 2 new operators. So the first one here being Mara. So Mara actually is, as some of you pointed out in the post, is based off of her name's Alex Zedra. So she is a Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, etc. She's sponsored by First Form, so she's in fitness, games, guns. So that's all good stuff. Very very popular influencer. So Mara essentially is a Venezuelan national, volunteer for United States Special Operations Force training, CIA asset, and invited to Warcom in 2017. So she's going to be part of our coalition faction under Warcom. And her design from what we've seen so far looks cool. And if you go to her Instagram page, Alex Zedra's Instagram page, she does a lot of, photos with guns, basically essentially being this character that we're going to see her as the operator for Mara. So just a quick search on her, you can see a lot of photos and see essentially what that operator is going to look like. So I think that's a really cool design. I like the way that looks. The other operator that we have confirmed is going to be for the Allegiance Forces. So this is going to be under Spetsnaz, and what this is, his name is Nikto. So he's former FSB, former Spetsnaz, deep cover agent with a disfigured face. So it looks like in the images that we've seen for the art online, he does have a mask. So some pretty cool outfits with him, hopefully, as well. So 2 new operators, 2 new weapons, a bulk of different maps for Gunfight, Spec Ops, and returning maps, as well as 1 ground war map. So we have a lot of content coming. The 2 new weapons being the Tar-21 as well as the MG36. So that's going to allow for a lot of different weapon conversions, as we talked about. And again, the good thing here is that this is all free. So December 3rd, all this information, all the content for Season 1 will be free for everybody across all platforms on Tuesday, December 3rd. And the only question is if this is all going to be released at once or if it's going to be released slowly throughout the life cycle of the season itself. So more information to come on that on December 3rd. I'm really looking forward to getting my hands on specifically these weapons and seeing how they handle, seeing the weapon conversions we can do. I know a lot of you have been commenting wanting a G36, so here we go. The MG36, we can absolutely convert this to a G36 and some different variations as well, and especially the Tar-21. I haven't played with this weapon since Modern Warfare 2, so I'm really excited to get my hands on that one for sure. So let me know what you guys think of this information down below. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel if you like the content, and stay tuned until we get this season pass coming on Tuesday, December 3rd. And we'll be back with some weapon conversion videos tomorrow, so be sure to leave your comments down below or in the previous videos of any ideas you had. But that's it for me. That's all for information we have for Season 1 today. Let me know what you guys think of this video. Do you like this kind of content? And until next time, Buffner Gaming, out.